Hey guys! By the end of episode 5, we found out something huge. The members are going on a 3-day contract date. I know, right? But a lot of people are wondering, what exactly is contract dating? Don't worry, I'll explain it by the end of this video. But first, let's talk about who might choose each other, based on the trailer for Heart Pairing episode 6. As most of us already know, the trailers are not always straightforward. Depictions can become different from reality, lol. Also, quick disclaimer. I'm not a psychic and I definitely don't work for the production team. These are just my wild guesses which are just for entertainment purposes only. This is the culture on this channel and it doesn't matter if we are right or wrong, so don't take it too seriously, okay? We're just here to have fun. Alright, now on to my theory, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. It's a long string of guesses and unhinged predictions that might just blow your mind, ha. Let's start this chain with Chong Wan and Jiwon. Jiwon clearly doesn't want him to pull away because of their 15-year age gap, but Chong Wan believes he's been forced into a corner and can't continue. The issue now is that these two have connected on a far deeper level than the other members. And Chong Wan seems to be really stressed in the trailer. It reminds me of how tense he was during his first 2 days in Italy. But despite everything, I still think he'll pick Jiwon for the contract date, because right now, there's really no one else I have seen him connecting with as strongly. Unless, of course, he suddenly opens up to someone else before the announcements for choosing a contract relationship date was made. He even said to Jimin in the clip, he didn't think he's meant to be cooking right now, meaning, he needs to step up and make his love life more interesting. Now, and this is a big if he's really serious about distancing himself from Jiwon, then his only real option is Jaeyeon. Jaeyeon's already being pursued by Jimin and Woojae, and we even saw Chong Wan encouraging Jimin not to give up on her, so I doubt he'd go after her himself. So here's how I see it. If Chong Wan still has feelings for Jiwon, he'll choose Jiwon. If he's trying to walk away for real, he'll go with Jaeyeon. Next up, let's get into the Chanhyung, Hanol and Chaun triangle. In the last episode, a few key things went down. Hanol got mad at Jimin, and she paired up with Chanhyung that night with their messages. It's obvious Chanhyung hasn't given up on her yet. You could literally see the affection in his eyes when she revealed her occupation. It was adorable. Now, here's where things get interesting. In the trailer, we see Chanhyung writing a letter, and we hear him say he wants to do everything with no regrets. Then we see Chaeun reading the same letter while holding medicine. So it's clear he gave that note to her and also the medicine because she was sick. She even smiles under her mask while reading his letter. I know the trailer's trying to make us think that Chanhyung will choose Chaeun for the contract date, but I don't buy it. Chanhyung may have written her a note so she knows he is interested in getting to know her more eventually and to keep him in mind. This way, he will still secure his spot in her heart while he gets this one and only chance to actually choose Hanol and explore their relationship and deepen their bond. If he doesn't choose Hanol this time, he risks losing her completely. And based on everything we've seen, I don't think he's willing to take that risk. His likeness for Hanol was love at first sight, he even promised her he wouldn't falter at some point, so for that, I think his choice for the contract relationship date will be Hanol. Now let's talk about the Jimin, Jaeyeon and Woojae triangle. In the preview clips, we see Woojae asking Jaeyeon out on a date, and she smiles and says yes. Then we see them actually out on that date, while Jimin is back at the house looking shocked, asking how they've already gone out on a date. Actually, the trailers at first glance looked pretty straightforward. Woojae asked Jaeyeon out, she said yes and the two of them entered into a contract relationship, right? That was my initial thought too until I took a second look. Let me walk you through it, slowly, because once I connected the dots, my whole prediction changed. At the end of the trailer, there's a scene where Woojae confidently walks toward Jaeyeon's room and asks, "Are you still awake?" He's wearing a white shirt underneath a black hoodie. Now go back to the very beginning of the trailer. In the first few minutes, we see Woojae asking Jaeyeon if she'd like to go out. She smiles and says yes. And guess what? He's wearing the exact same outfit, white shirt, black hoodie. So here's what I think really happened. Those two scenes were from the same moment, but they were cut and rearranged for the trailer. The second half, him asking her out, was placed at the beginning, while the first half, him going to her room, was pushed to the end to throw us off. In reality, the order was likely this: Woojae walked into her room on night 1 or 2, feeling confident because their connection had been growing, and asked her out. She said yes. This means that on the second or third day in Seoul, before the contract date announcements were even sent out, Jaeyeon and Woojae had already hung out together. During their date, she looked at him lovingly and told him she would love to visit his studio. Everything seemed nice and sweet until they got to the restaurant where something felt off. Her face stiffened and Woojae said something in the lines of not understanding real estate, which, if you remember, is directly tied to her career. That clip right there is making me think maybe something went wrong. Some sort of misunderstanding crept in. Later, when Woojae returned to the house, he looked completely down. You could see his sad or confused or maybe disappointed expression as he pondered in bed, even sighing. And here's the interesting detail: when he's lying in bed troubled, during his date and when he received the message for the contract date, he's wearing the same blue shirt and black sweater, which confirms it's all happening in the same time frame. So here's my theory. While Woojae is lying there, probably replaying the date in his head and wondering what went wrong, the text arrives telling them it's time to choose someone for the contract relationship date. As an overthinker, he was still in bed taking his time to think things through. Meanwhile, Jimin, who was already feeling defeated, thinks there's no way he can compete, especially now that Jaeyeon and Woojae have already gone out. But Chong Wan encourages him, telling him to still give it a shot so he doesn't have any regrets later. So Jimin builds up his courage, even though he's super nervous, bites his lip, and asks her, "If you think you could see me as someone you could date, would you do the contract date with me?" Then Jaeyeon also smiles broadly, which makes me believe she said yes. But wait, if she already said yes to the first guy that approached her, does that mean she couldn't go on the contract date with Woojae? Maybe the ladies too will get a chance to make their choices. I guess we'll find out soon. Honestly, this prediction feels kind of impossible because what Jaeyeon feels for Woojae seems really strong. It's hard for me to imagine her doing something that meaningful with Jimin, but it makes sense because she might want to explore that connection. Anyway, logically, her choice should be Woojae, but based on the trailers, it seems it's Jimin. Now, this leaves us with Jiwon. Assuming Woojae didn't pair with Jaeyeon, then it seems he'll pair up with Jiwon by default. The insane thing is that if this really happens, the dynamics of this show will totally change. Here's the twist: Woojae has always had genuine feelings for Jiwon. And while Jiwon hasn't shown much interest in him up till now, she's the kind of person who falls in love easily. If they do spend time together during the contract date, I honestly think they might fall for each other. Again, this is all for fun, guys. I'd love to hear your predictions too, so drop them in the comments. Now, let's talk about the contract date. What is it exactly and what impact will it have on the members? Think of it like the concept from a show called Alumni Lovers, a dating show where people reconnect with their former classmates to find love. Super interesting show, by the way. Check it out on Viki if you haven't already. In that show, there's a moment where participants go on a contract date as if they're boyfriend and girlfriend for a day or two. During the date, they're secretly given missions, like asking either of them to initiate hand-holding or give a hug or say something sweet. It's a playful and fun concept, but more importantly, it helps the people who actually like each other connect on a deeper level. But, if you're with someone you don't like, no mission in the world can fake that chemistry. Not even the games will bring you together, lol. Let's just say that, it makes the dynamics clearer to the people on those dates. So in short, any relationship that grows out of this contract date will most likely turn into a very solid one and are usually hard to break. And more so that they will be in this fake relationship for days. Wow, a lot will surely happen. But if the concept here is to date different people each day for the 3 days, then that will be a whole different concept. So I truly wish the members luck and hope they find what they're looking for. And just to be clear again, this isn't a ship video. I'm just interpreting what I saw in the trailers and making predictions purely for fun and entertainment. What are your thoughts on the contact relationship concept and my predictions? Do you agree or do you have your own theories? Share them in the comments. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and like the video.